So the truth is, femininity didn't work for you because you're still desperate. Okay? And I know that may sting a bit, but it's the truth, okay? You're still desperate. A little piece of you may still be a little pick-me-ish, okay? And it's not your fault, babe. It's the way that you were raised. It's the way that you've been impacted. It's the shit you see in the media. It's a lot of different reasons that you're probably the way you are. But we're going to clear that up in this video. I want y'all to understand femininity for real. Because femininity is not what people portray on the internet in any capacity, okay? Femininity and soft life is really slowness, self-awareness, respecting yourself fully, not allowing any bullshit. Like, the true feminine energy is really more rooted in dark femininity than light femininity. And I think that's been the most confusing thing. Because you get on YouTube and you get on TikTok and you see these bitches living this butterfly ass life, okay? And it's just like, oh my God, I'm so chaotic in comparison to this girl who fucking looks at butterflies all day and journals every morning, you know? Because that person is still struggling with her femininity too. That shit is all action based. It's all, I'm sorry, not action based. It's all performance based versus action based, okay? Action based is cutting off shit in your life that's a distraction. It's not the nurturing side. It's the vicious side of you deciding that what is in your life right now is not enough and you deserve more, okay? And it's doing that with grace and confidence, not anger and revenge. That's one major thing I can tell you about femininity. Femininity comes from a place of enough is enough and I'm done fighting, okay? And I'm going to do a video on this before, or I think I've done a video on this before, but I'm going to do a video on this again, but truly understanding survival mode. So many of you are in survival mode, and like truly understanding what survival mode is. Survival mode is really rooted in the way you make your choices, right? And I saw this video clip of this guy. He said something like, how does rest look to you without feeling guilty about it? Okay, so say for instance, you're a person, I need to sleep all day. Say you were that person that said, I need to sleep all day. But then you wake up and you feel guilty because you gave your day away to rest, right? That's you living in survival mode. Because for some reason, something in you is telling you that it's not okay for you to rest your body for a full day, even though your body told you that you needed that rest, okay? Femininity is choosing, I'm gonna fucking rest when I need to rest. I'm going to separate myself when I need to separate myself. I'm going to set boundaries with these people that don't respect me, right? And I don't think people understand femininity has nothing to do with the way you dress and you wearing makeup and you doing this and you doing that. Now, that stuff comes into play when it comes to you feeling good about yourself. If you know that putting on a full face of makeup every single day makes you feel good. If you know that wearing hella blush makes you feel super girly, cool. That is embracing more of your femininity. That is embracing more of what it is to be a girl, because it's amazing being a girl, okay? But that's not a truly feminine person. That's a person performing what they think it is to be feminine, okay? And that's what I want you to really understand the difference in right now. I'm gonna list some things for you that will kind of help you understand what I'm saying in this video, okay? And it's gonna put a lot of shit in perspective in the clearest way. So an example of you performing the softness but not really healing from everything that led to you being in this mode is you bathe in rose petals, but you still hope that that man gonna text you back. That's not a woman fully deep in her feminine energy. The feminine power. You giving away your feminine power by sitting there hoping that he texts back. When it should be more so in the frequency like, girl, I don't give a fuck if he texts back or not. If he don't text back, then that means God has something else juicier and more exciting for me anyway, okay? Another one is you put on silk, but your spirit is still in scarcity. So you're wearing silk, but you're feeling guilty about spending all the money that you spent on those silk pajamas. When in retrospect, you're adorning the body that God gave you to walk in. You're adorning the body that you have to look at in the mirror every single day. When in retrospect, so many people, you know, we have so much pressure in our generation to lose weight and stay fit and do this and do that. Believe me, I live in Miami, baby, and looking good is a motherfucking requirement, period. And I love that. Don't get me wrong, because I'm a superficial bitch, okay? But, okay, we don't treat ourselves, we don't give ourselves as women everything that we deserve when we have to walk around in this vessel. You know, and to feel guilty about giving yourself something, massages, nails, makeup, facials, Everything. Don't think of those things as I'm wasting money. Like, I'll never understand people making their beauty maintenance like something special or something luxury. Bitch, that is a maintenance requirement for you to be the woman that you were born to be. You know what I'm saying? This is a necessity. This is an essential. This shit is on the bills list for the month, babe. You know what I mean? And the one thing you'll also notice, and this is just a side note for men invest in that shit because they want a woman that cares about themselves. They want a woman that is fully immersed in their femininity. Real men who are bosses and go to work and handle their business and run companies and do this and do that, they love the idea of their woman being at a spa and taking care of herself and coming home feeling sexy and soft and light when he's come home from a hard day of work. They fucking love that. They eat that up. They want you to be the princess. They want you to be the queen. Okay? Any man that doesn't, babe, he hates women. And that's very fucking apparent in our generation, sadly. But I want y'all to know that those men do exist. And the more you embrace your femininity, the more you'll bring in a man that will want to amplify that for you as well. But you're doing it for you. You're adorning you, okay? Now, the next one, you weren't exuding peace. You were performing femininity to manipulate an outcome. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat that. You weren't exuding peace. Your energy, your aura does not exude a woman at peace, a woman that is allowing God to lead the way, a woman that is allowing herself to feel soft and kind and gracious, even when she's tried from different angles. Okay, you're performing femininity to manipulate an outcome. So you think setting your little morning routine and doing your little skincare and wearing the nice pajamas to bed and changing your wardrobe to lighter pink colors, right? You think that's you embracing your femininity. That's you really manipulating an outcome. When the universe knows, God knows. You know what I'm saying? How do you really feel in here about the things that you're doing for yourself? That's the question that you truly need to ask yourself. And if the question isn't a simple answer, that I'm doing this because I love this for me, then you're not doing it because that's not grounded in femininity. It's grounded in, I'm doing this because it's going to help me get to where I want to go. Okay? So I want you to understand that. Real feminine energy doesn't reach, it rests. Okay? You don't chase. You're not trying hard. The number one thing I'm going to tell y'all, the best money, I'm not going to say the most money. I'm not going to say the most money. The best money I made, the happiest I've been in my 28 years of life, did not come from me working hard as fuck. And I am been a hard worker. I don't give a fuck what you bitches see on the internet. If you know me in real life, you know I built myself up from the motherfucking bottom. Started from my little trap apartment in Tallahassee when y'all first met me, building myself up to multiple high rises, to now townhomes, anything that I motherfucking want. Traveling the world, solo travel, everything, because of me. Getting the men that I get, having them do the things that they do, because of me, because of the work I put in on me. But the true depth of happiness and fulfillment that I've ever had came from me allowing myself to just breathe. It came from me saying, I'm done fucking fighting. I'm exiting survival mode. I'm not going to do what somebody else says I should do. I'm going to do what feels good to me. I'm going to do what makes my soul happy, right? That decision changed my life. That decision made me see what really makes me happy, what really fulfills me. So many of you are not living from the end. I'm going to try to tag a video in the description box of a man who explained living in the end perfectly. I think he explained it so perfectly that I commented on his YouTube video, and I never comment on YouTube videos. And living in the end, making decisions from living in the end is truthfully the cheat code, okay? So say for instance it's a number. It's a certain amount of money you want to make per year, right? Whatever that number is. Say you take that number and tomorrow somebody deposits that amount of money in your account, right? I want you to look at the business ideas you have. I want you to look at the plans that you currently have going in your life. I want you to look at the man that you're dating. I want you to look at the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. And I want you to ask yourself, would you still be doing those things if that money, that number, was deposited in your bank account tomorrow in full? What would you do? Would you still be making those same decisions? Would you still be doing those same things? Would you still want to build those same businesses, right? For me, that helped me see a lot of shit that I did not want to do, that I was doing because I was capable. And that's a really hard place to be. And I know a lot of you guys watching my videos are going to feel this because usually I say things and it makes you feel like I'm your mirror. But it's a lot of things that you're doing right now because one, you're so smart and can do it. Two, it's too easy for you to do and it just makes sense to do. Or three, for the money. okay? And those three things are not rooted in peace, love, and abundance. That's rooted in survival, okay? And I want you guys to truthfully, this might be the damn survival mode video, because damn, okay? That wasn't my intention, but fuck, I feel like I'm explaining survival mode so good that, okay? But that's not real feminine energy, is what I wanted to say about this particular point, okay? Real feminine energy is making the choices from living in the end. Okay, so I want you to take a step back, even if you need to pause the video right here and think about what the fuck I just said, or rewind it and listen to me say it again, okay? Because this is so important. That one question will change your life. Once you start meditating frequently and you do a visualization exercise and you see your highest self, and in that highest self, you focus on feeling what that energy is gonna feel like in real life, in your 3D world, right? And then you do that every single day. You focus on that visualization during your meditation. When you have ideas now, those ideas are gonna give you inspired action moments to take and utilize, okay? So it might be an idea that comes out of nowhere. That's what we will refer to as inspired action. Something inspired you to take that action, okay? And the thing that inspired you is you doing that visualization exercise every day, okay? Inspired action can come from many different things, but that's one clear way to access those thoughts as well, okay? The next thing is you're still asking for something instead of becoming the kind of woman that it naturally flows to. So you got to think about the things that you're asking for, the things that you wish to have in your life, right? Are you truly embodied in the type of woman that has those things? Even if it seems so far off, it's little things that you can do to make sure you put yourself in the frequency of a person that can have those things, that can attract those things that come to her, right? Truly, every good thing, every great thing that lasted for me came from me not thinking about the shit. Came from me knowing that I wanted it. Came from me knowing it would be great. But it didn't come from me sitting there and obsessing over it. That's not how it works, okay? You have to become a person that can attract that type of energy. You have to hold yourself as that person. So let's go back. The thing I said about the money. Say you had that money in your account tomorrow. How does she carry herself? What does her life look like? What does she do? Who does she conversate with? Same thing with the questions that I asked you, but truly think about it, right? If you aren't those things and you can't make it about money, you can't make it, oh, I would have this closet and I would have these shoes and I would go to these places. No. What does she feel like in here? Okay? And where are you not showing up as her right now? Okay? And then the next thing and the last thing is, if you're not receiving, you're probably pretending. So if you are doing these things, so you are doing some of the things that line up with feminine energy, but you're still not receiving, it's because you're faking it to a degree. And that may be hard to swallow, that may be hard to understand right now, but I want you to understand that you're more than likely faking it, okay? And that's more than likely why you're struggling or why it's hard, okay? It's really that simple. And I feel like it's like I can feel other people's energy so strongly in this chapter in my life. And so I know so many people that message me constantly are struggling, but it's because you're faking it. You're not allowing yourself to release yourself from survival. You're not allowing yourself to release yourself from the decisions that you make due to being in survival mode, okay? And once you decide to do that, everything is going to change for you, okay? So it's coming from your fairy sugar sis, your fairy sugar aunt, your fairy sugar TT, whatever, whoever you need me to be. Okay, I love you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. What's today? Today's Tuesday, filming these. You're gonna get one. You got one yesterday, you got this one today. I think you're gonna get another one tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Saturday. One or the other, but you will get 3 this week. Period, okay? I love you. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. All the deets for my makeup and glamour are there, okay? Toodles.